So you want to play PlayStation Home in 2026. This is Julius from Destination Home Team, and we're going to show you how to do it step by step on PC, in this case Windows. So what you want to do is go into a browser, and first off, you definitely want to go to RPCS3.net, and then it's going to show you all the available options. In this case, we're on Windows, so we're going to click download for x64, have it in our downloads. We'll bring it to our desktop, so it's a bit easier to check it out. Next, you want to make sure you want to get the system software for your PS3. So on PlayStation.com, we'll have the site on our guide, but in this case, you want to download that. We're going to update using a computer. And if in the event where it doesn't work, you can right click it and then just copy the link as well. And so we're going to drag and drop that into our desktop. And this is our site. Destination Home Team. If anything, any requests, you can join our Discord and make a ticket, and we'll gladly help you there. And our PKG file should be on our Discord. We're soon adding it to our site, but as soon as you go to our Discord or our site, you can download it from there too, and just drag and drop that onto your desktop. Now, going back to your desktop, you can right click or you can click on RPCS3, and you can also make a new folder named RPCS3. And then with all the information in this zip folder right here, you can select all, and then just drag and drop that into the RPCS3 folder we just made. Once you have done that, you can click into it and take a look to make sure that's all in there. And once you notice it's all in there, we're not going to really be needing that zip file anymore. What we recommend is that you can go to this PC and then you can drag and drop that into there or somewhere safe so you have a familiar area to go to RPCS3. Once ready, click into the application, and then it'll be this first time setup right here. But you can choose to make a desktop shortcut if you like, little shortcuts, but make sure you press I have read the quick start guide, untoggle the show at startup because you don't necessarily need that. Once that's ready, make sure to drag and drop the update into RPCS3. You'll see a little pop-up. It's completely normal. You can also exit out of it too. It's not going to really necessarily affect anything we're doing. Drag and drop the PKG file into it. And you don't necessarily have to mess around with those settings, but if you want to add a shortcut, you can. Whether you precompile or don't, it's not going to necessarily affect anything from what we're doing right now. Now what we want to do is that we want to right-click PlayStation Home, create custom configuration from global settings. In the CPU area, we don't necessarily need to change much, but in GPU, we're going to go first to Z-call accuracy, change that to approximate, and then for resolution scale, I'd suggest changing it to your monitor's resolution. And for output scaling, we're going to do Fidelity FX. And additional settings on the right, we're going to do right color buffers, multi-threaded RSX, and asynchronous texture streaming. And then just hit apply. And now we're going to do audio. And so what I recommend is making sure for your audio device, to make sure it's the audio device you're using for your computer. You can also just leave it at default as well. In I/O, you want to go to keyboard handler, make sure you set that to basic. And then now we're going to go to system. If you have any questions in regards to changing to your language, let us know a support ticket. But in network, we're going to change network status to connected. Change the DNS to Destination Homes DNS, which is on screen right here. And then enable UPnP, PSN status. We're going to change this RPCN. And then we're going to enable clans. And in advanced, we're going to do read depth buffers, write depth buffers, and read color buffers on the right side. And then, yeah, once you do that, apply, and then save configuration. Now we're going to make your RPCN profile, which is basically what will get us online. So RPCN account, and we're going to do create account. This is just a sample username. You could literally do your username if you want. That's anything for you. And then to create, we're going to have to make a password. So please make a password. And once you create your password to your RPCN account, it's going to ask for your email. This is so it can send you a one-time token to validate it's you. This also helps with like resetting your password if need be. So enter that there. Then once you do that, you hit OK. All right, for logging into your account, we're going to go to Edit Account, type in the username that you made previously, and then set password. You're going to type in the same password that you just made. And then after this, there's a token section. Your token section, make sure on your email, you're going to paste in the token that is for your account. And then once you do that, you press test account, and that'll make sure your account is valid and ready to go to connect. All right, now we're going to make sure your gamepad is set up to play. And so on PlayStation Home, right click and make sure you press create custom gamepad configuration. On the top left, you'll see player 1, in this case handlers. If you're Xbox, it should be X input, and if your PlayStation controller, it'll be PlayStation 5 will be DualSense, and if it's like PlayStation 4, it'll be DualShock. Then once you do that, make sure you check if it's working. You'll see by the sticks moving once you move them. Yeah, once you do that, hit save. And to begin, you can just double click it or literally right click and boot with custom configuration, or just select and hit play. Give it a minute or so, or give it a second, because it'll just boot up and be like, hey, do you want to allow this on your network? Press allow. And then, yeah, you'll see it slowly compiling a bunch of different things just to get the nice care package ready for you. Depending on your computer, this process could just take a minute or so. It could take like a few minutes just to make sure everything's done. This is typically only done when you first begin PlayStation Home, or when you first begin any RPCS3, as a matter of fact. And yeah, once it gets through all those modules, you will basically be ready to get into PlayStation Home, or get back to where we once were with PlayStation Home, you know? And then once it does that, you'll see a compiling shaders message, and you'll see the iconic PlayStation logo. It'll be download and reserve in HDD space, just like how it was on your old PlayStation 3. And primarily, this is just getting things set up, connecting you to PlayStation Home. Oh man, that's like a message everybody loves seeing. And yeah, once you're in, you'll see the welcome page. If it's your first time, you will see a different screen that's basically like, hey, welcome in and such. And it'll give you a few prompts, kind of like tutorial in a way. But because we're logging into an account that already has been used, it's a little bit different. But you'll see message of the day. And then, yeah, you get into it. And it's pretty awesome. See iconic Harbor Studio, which is like, oh, this is a masterpiece. Cannot go wrong with this. Just take it all in, you know? You don't have to go anywhere yet. Just enjoy it for what it is. Congrats, because welcome home. Then you can press start in order to navigate and go into any areas that we got. We got a bunch of spaces that you can enjoy, so don't hesitate to try them out, go into them. And it's constantly, we're trying to add old ones back in, as well as adding different ones for events, or even like periods of the year where we have like some for Christmas, or even like some for, they have some for Valentine's Day, 4th of July, etc. We even got some region exclusive ones like from Japan, which is really awesome. Thanks to all of our cash donors, which we really appreciate it. And yeah, once you select one, you just select download. It'll go through. Sometimes it just takes a second depending on your internet connection, but once you load in, you're really there. Get ready to join in on the fun with everyone being here. But congrats on getting through this tutorial. Enjoy home, and welcome home, really.